Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Freelancer on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, after repairing our boat, we're going to be finishing off this Freeplay session in order to, well, continue on with the next major narrative part of Freelancer. I believe, we managed to score ourselves another derail, but we're not actually going to be equipping it. And now that we did manage to score ourselves another derail, we finally have enough money to actually go and equip the level 3 shield. But we got to go take on another job first, because we're trying to get to the next story mission. No info for sale. Damn it!
Anybody been taking count of the number of times that that Trent has had a glass in his hand and sipped on it? Like, there's no beer, there's no whiskey. There may be brandy in that bottle, but what? How about some freaking service around here?
No. I think the total amount of times that we see Trent actually consume alcohol is twice. Once during his first encounter on Manhattan with the barkeep, and once a bit later on.
Well, I guess it's true. Don't drink and fly. Seriously, you probably should not consume alcohol if you're going to be operating a space or otherwise aerodynamic-enabled vehicle.
Yes. I recall an old web article that was, as an ace pilot, I decided to have a bunch of alcohol on a flight sim just to see how it went, and they ended up 3 hours out from where they were supposed to be on the flight sim.
You see? Because it impairs judgment.
It does.
So here
and perception.
We see, because of Trent's repeated access to the bar, that his total efficacy and competence in flying is constantly in question.
Well, I wouldn't say Trent's is, because again, we only see him consume alcohol twice.
But I find that that's just the thing, though, is that you can draw the inference that, if ever you fail a mission or you die, you say, you got what you deserved, you drunk.
But I don't think he is a drunk. I mean, he likes some good alcohol, certainly, but the alcohol that he likes isn't actually served in Liberty, so...
The drinker in me would find it very amusing if there was any suggestion whatsoever that my just wanton and reckless substance consumption was causing me to be not as good of a space pilot as I could be.
Nah, not a mechanic in this game. I know it's a mechanic in other, more immersive RPGs.
Oh, you mean like how in BioShock, if you take too much wine, then you start staggering around with wobbly camera?
Not just BioShock, but very specifically, I think Fallout actually does that, and I know Fallout does it with other drugs. And I want to say that Cyberpunk 2077 does it too.
And The Witcher 3, Geralt can get shit-faced and then start walking around drunkenly. And I'm pretty sure in Grand Theft Auto series that can happen, so...
Yeah, I know it can happen in GTA, although actually having it happen is never something that I'm going on my way to try.
I could definitely see how you don't want to make it Grand Theft Auto in space, where you have choices to make versus what I think is the preferable approach with this game, which is just the character is sober, character is competent, is the gamer ready to make this happen, because there's only one possible outcome.
The thing is, I actually like it when our space sims have multiple outcomes, even if I'm just fishing for the correct one. To be perfectly honest, let's say that you actually succeeded, you succeeded in the mission, but you do it so poorly that your employer only decides to pay you, half of what they promised. I actually think that having that happen is actually really good for video games in general.
Good job.
That you get rewarded based, you do the mission, but there are different tiers of rewards that you can enjoy based on how well you do. Hey, we leveled up to level 7.
Yep.
I need your help.
Why are we leveling up so often now? It seemed like ages since the last time
again,
we
we
leveled
skipped
up.
most of this Freeplay session, so.
Oh.
Anyway, now we gotta find our way back to Manhattan, which is a bit of a problem because the actual, the gate to New York is all the way the hell over there.
Jeez, talk about can you or can you not fly in a straight line. It's like a road with too many potholes in it.
And we never actually docked on Planet Mojave. Damn, I should have done that. Oh well.
The Mojave planet.
I hope you enjoy this last segment of Space Truck and Mr. Cloud, because this is effectively the last amount of space piece that we have for quite some time. The next several parts are going to be us going through the Escape Through Liberty storyline, and yeah.
Doc.
It gets hectic. It gets hectic and somewhat tense for a majority of the rest of the next several parts.
Fly through one gold ring to reach Dinosaur Planet.
Thankfully, no. However, we are going to have a particular rail flying section later that I absolutely hate, and it is coming up here. Not soon, but soon-ish. Ugh. Alright, through the jump gate we go.
That's
I'm
when I'll
relatively certain that I'm
jump.
upgrading into the level 3
Dun,
shield at this
dun,
point.
dun.
Mostly because I happen to have the spare cash on me to do it, but...
The jump gate has been activated. Space-time travel engaged.
Yep, long flight back to Manhattan, Juni.
Oh, it's cutscene time. Way. And then I flew into the ring, and then everything went right, and then my ship started shaking, and then I woke up, and I was on the other side of the universe.
Well, not the other side of the universe, but another part of the Liberty system, so...
Doc.
Over to West Point we go. Oh, look, we're going to share the trade lane again, and they're almost blowing up our ship. Stop it!
Like, hey, you, cut it out. Get out of here. It's like a dog that can't get its snout out of the way.
So are you familiar at all with the Battletech franchise, aside from the MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries run that we did, Mr. Cloud?
Not at all, no.
Ah, okay. Because they handle space travel a bit differently than Freelancer does.
I hope they do.
Their space travel rings are specifically on the... there are two different astrological points around a star that they actually host their jump gates at.
When you fly around a star, the jump gates will take you far.
Across the system that you call home, and then you will, I don't have a good rhyme for that, Mr. Clown.
It's coming right at us.
No, we're going towards it. Yeesh.
Perspective, my friends.
Yes.
That is how a person, an observer, observes the physical universe.
And see, it only took us 5 minutes to go from California to Manhattan. It's not that long of a trip.
Proceed to land.
Well, don't fly to the center of the diamond. You're going to crash.
All right, here we go. Juni's boat is a Defender.
Juni, what's going on?
Over here. Hey, what's wrong?
Nothing. Something. I don't know yet.
What do you mean?
Ashcroft's missing. He was on a Liberty dreadnought in a maximum security cell surrounded by armed guards. Trent, you don't escape
Shush,
from that.
Juni. The robot
After
is
our
going to
last
hear
assignment,
you.
I had a few more questions for him about his Rhineland connection. When I got there, he was gone.
Who would transfer him without telling
He
you?
wasn't transferred. Every record of him being arrested was wiped clean.
So
His
yeah,
words were changed.
we have
They
a
said they never
very
even
deep
heard of
embedded
Sean Ashcroft.
security risk in Liberty right now.
I don't know, but there's more. Walker. He's gone too.
Walker's gone, but he's the captain of a naval cruiser.
Walker walked.
Ship captains just don't go missing without someone noticing.
Neither do their ships. It's listed as lost 5 years ago.
5 years ago? That's impossible.
We were literally right next to him.
Well, we're here. What's our move?
We have to find out what's going on. The last
We
place
must
Walker ship was
defeat
stationed
the
was California.
bureaucracy
Somebody
once and
must
for
have seen
all.
him. That's where we'll start. Are you with me?
Sure thing, Miss Juni. Let's go.
When do we leave?
In a few minutes.
They gave us the brutal
Maybe
legend
finish up some
ultimatum.
business inside
Start the
first.
mission now or
Watch
start it
yourself.
only after
Keep an eye
you're
on
finished
ships, all right?
preparations.
Mr. Trent, it's very important that you and I speak.
And why is that?
Because we're the last two.
Last two what?
Freeport 7 survivors, Mr. Trent. You and I are the last ones in Liberty. Everyone else is either dead or missing.
Wait,
Or both.
I know you. From the rescue ship. What happened out there?
They were looking for something. I'm a thief, Mr. Trent. I came to Freeport 7 to deliver something that a certain party wanted very badly.
And get my tattoo freshened
They
up.
were to learn.
You're telling me this is all because of you?
I don't think that's... Oh, wait, it is a tattoo.
Mr. Trent, it's about this. This.
Unless it's a scar that did not heal correctly.
We need to get as far away from here as
I mean,
possible.
it looks more like a tattoo.
Hold it.
And then he took a fatal shot to the back of his ass.
Explain.
I have my orders. All artifact smugglers are considered enemies of the state and are to be shot on sight.
soldier.
Yeah, I saw that. Juni just blipped into
Yeah, she
existence
did.
just then.
Again, these cutscenes were not meant for widescreen.
Dealing in illegal artifacts.
These cutscenes were not meant to begin with. Like, it kind of begs the question, like, why did they bother?
You don't have a choice. If he's a suspect, take him into custody.
They might as well have just done the StarCraft 1 thing and just have a bunch of talking heads be the characters the entire game. Dodge this.
I mean, this is supposed to be more or less a space action thriller at this point. Sci-fi
But the
action
enemy
thriller,
was
rather.
so overwhelmed by psychological thriller flashbacks that
Thank
he
you,
lost
Juni.
consciousness.
Kill me.
What do you mean, arrest him?
He was gonna kill us both.
Yeah, as annotations mentions here, I'm a bit annoyed that Trent is like, what do you mean arrest him? It was a great fucking
We won't
ploy.
be good to Walker if we're dead. Do you see this man? I don't think he's alone. Juni, we need to stick together and we need some time and distance.
But
to
what
sort
the
this
hell
out.
happened to the other
I
guy?
know a place.
They're
me.
dead.
I
They
know
took-
he's dead, but like, where's the body?
Right there.
There's a. I saw Trent's leg clipping through him. God damn it! with
It's a
this game.
2003 game, Claude. Come on.
That is not a good excuse.
It's not a good excuse, but it's the one I'm going to use.
Well, this is where 2002, 2003 was right when 3D cinematic storytelling in games started to gain momentum, but it didn't really get to that kind of I can take this seriously the entire time type of acclaim that you would expect from 2005 Call of Duty or Halo, things like that. It's still rather primitive looking.
Be safe, everybody.